If you get nothing else from my videos, just know that I'm trying to show here our need for the Messiah, for Jesus Christ, the only Messiah. And you've got to understand that this is a skewed reality, a fallen reality. And when we're born here, we are all born as the property of the ox, of time and space. The O, time, and X, space. We are born in the kingdom of time and space of the ox. We are born in this. And that is our problem. The God of this world is incredibly vindictive, cruel, jealous, manipulative God, which is Satan. We all display aspects of that fallen nature in our flesh because we are subject to it. And we need to be covered by the righteousness of Christ in order to escape this. We are born as the property of the ox, and without Christ we will die as the property of the ox, of Satan. We will die as the property of Satan, and that is why we need the Messiah, because without the Messiah we condemn ourselves. If you want to live according to the flesh and die according to the flesh and in the flesh, then you will be subject to judgment by the flesh. And that is what you choose. That is your choice. This is free will. Because if you choose this life, you will die. That's just inevitable. But if you choose the righteousness of Christ, the only way to life, then when you die, you are covered by his righteousness and are no longer condemned by your flesh. And that is the simplicity of all of this, although it's very, very deep and goes very, very deep because it's the truth. So of course it will. But that is the simplicity that even a child can understand. That all you need to do is seek the Father with all of your heart and rely on the way out, which is not in thinking we are God, but rather in accepting that we need Christ, we need the Messiah. The very reason we're trapped in this whole paradigm is because humanity's wanting to be like God, of taking it into their own hands, of wanting the knowledge of good and evil, wanting to be like God. And my friends, in a way humanity got what it asked for. But this place can be incredibly dark because of this curse. We have the choice, we have the free will, and look where it's got us, because we have chosen the wrong path. If you watch my videos and think some of them, what it shows is incredibly disturbing, which I do too, incredibly disturbing, and the sickness and filth that is being pushed in this world and seen as normal, if that repulses you, great, then my work is done. If that repulses you, if you see these things and think, oh, that is evil, great. I hope that many will see these things for truly what they are, without sugarcoating them. Truly what they are. And it's not a joke. These music videos are not a joke. They are real spiritual evil, wickedness, masquerading and showing itself, sometimes showing itself. And it is not a joke. It is sick. It is evil. And that is the essence of this fallen reality right there. And if you choose this life and the plastic thrills and everything that this life gives us, materialism, money, wealth, that is what you get. But unfortunately, you're going to be subject to the flesh, because that is what you have chosen. That's why we have a need to be born again in Christ. Only because of Christ and what he did for us, we need to be born again. There needs to be an exchange here. We need to rely on the blood of Christ, which has saved us from the sheer wickedness that awaits, not only in this life but the next. If you choose it, if you reject the Father and the way he has shown us, then that is what you will get, and that is free will. The Father is not controlling. He does not force you to do this. He does not force you to seek Him. Love does not force you to seek it. It wouldn't be real love if it was trying to trap you. That's Satan, guys. That's Satan that tries to subliminally lead you towards it. The Father, patient, beyond anything in this world. And the Father is not bound by human emotions and what humans expect. Satan, who is the real accuser, is the one that wants to knock you down and blame you all the time, make you feel like you're not worthy enough to approach the Father, your Creator. But the Father, who is our real, true Creator, is always encouraging us to get back up, to seek Him, to turn from evil. It's like the story of the prodigal son. The Father isn't waiting at home to condemn him.
There was a man who had 2 sons, and the younger of them said to his father, "Father, give me the share of property that is coming to me." And he divided his property between them. Not many days later, the younger son gathered all he had and took a journey into a far country, and there he squandered his property in reckless living. When he had spent everything, he began to be in need. And when he had spent everything, he began to be in need. So he went out and hired himself out to one of the citizens of that country, who sent him into his fields to feed pigs. And he was longing to be fed with the pods that the pigs ate, and no one gave him anything. But when he came to himself, he said, "How many of my father's hired servants have more than enough bread, but I perish here with hunger? I will arise and go to my father, and I will say to him, 'Father, I have sinned against heaven and before you. I am no longer worthy to be called your son. Treat me as one of your hired servants.' And he arose and came to his father. But while he was still a long way off, his father saw him and felt compassion, and ran and embraced him and kissed him. Let us eat and celebrate, for this my son was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found." There will be more joy in heaven over one sinner who repents than over 99 righteous persons who need no repentance.
Choose the Father, which is life, or we choose Satan, which is death, and there are only 2 choices. Thank you all for watching. God bless you all.